guys, today I'm going to be doing a double book review because I need to bring these back to the library and I have things waiting there and I want to read them, so I just wanted to film my video for these two books. These are the ones that I read last week and both were really fantastic. I don't know if it's because previously I was in a rut of finding really bad books to read, and when I opened these ones up, they are so good, and so obviously, you know, this is a good review. But anyways, we have two books, but they are two very different books. So we have Wonder by R.J. Palacio, and then we have Alice by Christina Henry. I will start off with Wonder. I picked this one up because Peter Mann, or Mon, I always say his name wrong, but anyways, he recommended this book because it's an easy read. It really is. You could read this in one sitting. It really isn't very difficult. The story is written in a 10-year-old's point of view, so it is very easy to understand. And it is about Augie, who is someone who has a deformity in his face, and he has to go to school and adapt to just being in a new environment, and it's just really a heartwarming book. It just makes me happy to read it. I did write a review on Goodreads. I think I gave it like 4 stars, 4 or 5 stars, and it was a really good book. It was very predictable a little bit, but it was just happy. Like, it's one of those books that really just, if you're in a bad mood, this will definitely boost your mood, and it just makes me happy to read it. There are a few chapters where they are from different points of view, which just kind of help move the story along, and I really like that. It also kind of gives you perspective that everyone has obstacles to deal with in life, and some people's obstacles are on the outside versus on the inside, and just to not judge. And I feel like this would be a really great book for middle schoolers to teach about bullying and to teach about acceptance. I really did like this book. It was a really easy read, and I would recommend it to those who maybe you don't want a difficult book to read, or maybe you just want something that's happy and fun. I really did like this one here. Next we have Alice, which, so good! I would say this one is a 5-star book. Now, I would say Wonder is more 4-star for me versus this one here, which is 5-star. Even though it's a really great book, I feel like the writing in this one is more up my alley. The description of the world in this is phenomenal, and even though it is an Alice in Wonderland rendition, it wasn't too overly magical. It wasn't over the top crazy. There are little bits of magic in here, but it's nothing that is taking away from the story or making it blow up to something that it really isn't. It is a very, very dark version of Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of gore, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of just evil in the world, and it really is Alice, who has been in an asylum for the past 10 years after going through something that she doesn't remember, meets what we know is the Mad Hatter, who's in the next room next to her, and the building catches on fire. This happens in the first chapter, don't worry. But the building catches on fire, and then they go into this crazy old world. The city is run by a bunch of different head bosses that all have their different quirks and crazy evil things that they do, and it's just, oh, it was so good, and it was a very quick read. I flew through this book. It was so good. If you like Disney type books that are maybe a little bit darker, like, I really enjoy this one. I think I've liked it so much because the description of the world really put you into it. I think that's what really made the book, is the writing style. It was very descriptive, but I also like just the little bits of kind of Disney wording inside. I can't think of a quote right now, but there was a few times where it was like going down a rabbit hole, but really what they were doing were jumping into the river. So they would have like Disney type phrases, but it usually was a metaphor of what they were describing, which I thought was just kind of an interesting way to play on the original version, or the Disney version. That's the version that I have in my head, versus this darker version. I thought it was just really unique writing it that way. I really did enjoy this one. Like, oh, so good. So this one for me is a definite 5-star review. It was phenomenal. I really loved it. I just really liked the writing, and it was a good book. Anyways, that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me here. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.